Yeah, it was good to get the win for sure. Good to be back home. Got one more home game this week against Merrimack. A credit Stonehill. I thought they did a good job of what I call kind of mucking the game up a little bit and just disrupting our rhythm. I don't think we ever gotten into a rhythm, on offense. So they did a good job there. They mixed up their defenses as well. So I thought that we got some great bench contributions. I really don't think it was our best game. It's been a tough couple of days for these guys. It's been an emotional couple of days. There are reasons probably why they weren't completely themselves, but we talked about getting better bench contributions from the last game, and we've emphasized our depth from day one. It's the deepest team we've had, and I think I've got 9-10 guys that can start. And you need guys to come off the bench that embrace those roles and are ready to play right away. These guys were great tonight. Both sides of the ball, but he's been awesome on defense. And that's a difference maker for us. We've never had that. We've got good rim protection this year, but to have a lockdown defender on the perimeter who loves defending and does it with pride and can do it without fouling, we've never had somebody like that. And I think it has a huge impact on the game. I think it had a huge impact on the game tonight. Q had one of the most efficient nights I've seen in terms of rebounding and scoring in short minutes. I looked down the bench with a few minutes left, and I think we forgot about him. I think we should have went back to him. But, to his credit, he cheered for his teammates. And when they came in, they were ready to play, and they helped the team win. It was a good night for them.
So what you mentioned about not fouling, in the first half, you never got to the 6. And there have been plenty of games in the past where fouls were an issue for this team. But so far this year, that is really not. These guys do play with their feet defensively.
Yeah, I thought it was a weird game for both teams. There was very few fouls called in the first half. And I don't know what to attribute that to. And I don't know what the total free throw margin was.
It wasn't that big.
22-13. Defensively, he does stuff that I haven't seen guys able to do. To apply that much pressure and not foul, that's really hard.
Okay, guys, how difficult was this game today? Stonehill really didn't. They hung around, especially in that first half. They found a way to hang around. How difficult did this game become as it went along?
They were a good team, So to start the game, it was a little weird. Like we couldn't really put the ball in the basket, and we couldn't get anything going on offense. So we just tried to get things going on defense, like moving our feet, showing our hands, showing our frees. So just rebounding, limiting them to just one and dones. So we just try to just make our defense our offense. So, but it was a difficult game offensively.
So. Yuri, how about it?
I think this game was pretty difficult. We just had to get used to guarding them. I think that's why it got easier in the second half. They were moving a lot off the ball, so it was hard for us. I just think we had to emphasize being focused and ready to play, and in the second half, we were able to do that.
They had one legitimate shooter. The number 2, I think, he was the legitimate shooter that team had. Other than that, they did miss a lot of inside hoops, some bunnies that they could have made that game even more difficult for you guys as it went along. How difficult was it to find the legitimate shooter that they had and shut him down as best you could?
We just got to do a better job of locking him on the scout. Like the coaches emphasize that he's a shooter, and if your hand is not up, like he will knock it down. So we just got to do a better job of seeing ball, and making sure we're keeping the hand above the ball. So we gotta get back to practice and
Sound like a coach now.
Coach, you've been through this situation. You know what Stonehill's going through now and what they will go through as time goes along. Compare this situation to when you started here at UMass Lowell.
Yeah, I think I talked to Chris before the game, and I think he's got a great approach and a great mindset. I think that they're going to do it the right way, and I think be patient. But I think they're going to be a really good program. They were missing 1 or 2 guys.
Right.
We did a really good job on number 22. He's as good a shooter as I've seen. He didn't hit any threes. But I think they're going to do well. I think they're going to do well in that conference. I think it'll be a good rivalry for us. We've shown, Merrimack has shown that you can build it and you can make that jump and have success as long as you do it the right way and you're patient. And I have all the confidence that Chris will do a really good job at Stonehill, and they'll be a tough team to play the next couple of years.
How much does the transfer portal help them? You didn't really use the transfer portal when you started here, but it appears that they have. How much will the
It was
transfer
different
portal really help?
because kids had to sit out a year.
Right.
So the landscape has changed a lot. It should provide maybe another opportunity for him to do it a little quicker
Right.
than you would ordinarily through high school kids. But those will be the decisions that he makes. He knows his program and how he wants to build it. But they were a really good Division II program, and there's no reason to think that they can't make the transition and be a successful Division I team as well.
How much are you guys looking forward to Wednesday night playing Merrimack?
We are looking forward to them. They're a really gritty team.
That was a tough game last year.
Really
You were
gritty
there
team.
last year. That was a tough
Yes,
game
sir.
with Laurel last year.
They are a really gritty team, and they have a really savvy zone. So we got to be mentally locked in from the jump. You can't really go out there and have a night like we had tonight starting off. So we got to lock in for them.
I mean, this is going to be your first time with Lowell Merrimack. This is a rather interesting rivalry that goes on between the two areas that are not far apart.
Yeah, I've heard. I'm excited to play them too. Hopefully, it'll be a really good, chippy game. I like games like that where it's like you can feel the animosity.
And it'd be great to have the student body really show up and fill the building. That would make it even better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yuri, just quickly back to tonight. So as Coach mentioned, always a big impact on the defensive side, but really had the open looks tonight and found the basket tonight. What was working for you?
I think honestly, my teammates were just able to find me in good spots, and I was able to knock down a couple of shots. I think I got one early. Someone found me. It was a pretty good three, so I knocked it down, and then from there the hoop just got bigger.
I'm sorry, I forgot about your 3 threes. I get so excited about his defense that I forgot he knocked down 3 threes. All good shots and deep shots. So, but he's gonna carve out a niche, and he's gonna stay on the floor because of his defense. And if you do that, eventually you're gonna get open looks. So, good.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.